What's up? Welcome to another episode of Four Kings Podcast. Back like cook crack with one sauce and a Big Mac. Your boy Duke Skywalker, a.k.a. C-Mac, a.k.a. It's the only life I know. Here you go. It's just Jay.
Well, then I don't need to introduce myself.
Well, hey, allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm just Jay. Oh, goddamn, so.
There you go.
See, nah, you can't steal my shit. Come on, you got to be authentic.
It's just Jay.
I bet. What's up? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Four Kings Podcast. Remember, it's Four Kings, but queens are welcome. And as you can see, we are without two of our hosts, but hey, we're going to hold it down without them. Shout out Ray Bud, shout out BT. You know, situations come up. It is what it is. I'm never mad at anybody for taking care of their business. And we're going to get right on into it. So, man, and if this is your first time checking us out, like, follow, comment, subscribe, and share. So, shout out to my boys at T-Mobile. Y'all, y'all hooked me up today. Appreciate you. Take care of me. Real player-like. I don't know how else to say it. But shout out to Taylor over there. Shout out to Chris. And shout out to, I can't remember the other dude that helped out, but he was mad cool too. But yeah, that T-Mobile right there on Westheimer and Voss. Yeah. Huh?
I said I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you do.
I'm sorry, I don't have T-Mobile, so I would never go there.
Hey, look, don't get to diss T-Mobile now. Just because that ain't your thing. No. You be around there, can you hear me now? And then and still can't hear. Okay. All right. So, weekly recap of P-Valley.
Oh, yeah.
Man, the season ended in great fashion. It definitely left you on the edge, waiting on the next season to pop off. I'm glad that and if you ain't seen the spoiler alert, if you ain't seen it, just stop right now, go and do what you got to do, pause, come back, whatever you got to do. I'm about to spoil it. I'm glad that Loretta Devine's character didn't get killed off. Yeah. The granny. I'm glad she beat the COVID.
She always died. In any movie she played, where she played somebody's mama, she died.
I mean, and they actually expect that in a lot of these actors when they get to be that age to go on and play them roles where they kill off. Surprised they had a movie where Clint Eastwood died off. He looked like he about to kill over any second. All right.
Really.
But yeah, man. I really thought I was seeing the memes. It was like two memes that I saw, and I bust out laughing at one of them. It's a meme going around where Clifford the Big Red Dog is up on stage, right? Talking about welcome to the pain.
That's so wrong.
What's up, babe?
Yeah, you are gay. I didn't charge your phone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know why you call.
Okay. Love you.
We got you on. You might, yeah. Jordan, is there anything you want to say while you on there screaming in the background? No, you're not getting beat. You got me. I love you too, baby. Man, hey man. That's what I'm saying. What Reno say? Shout out to Reno. Yay, no more Pissy Valley rewinds. I'm glad you showed up, Reno. What old hold on, I got something for you, Reno. Yeah, remember that shit you posted earlier this week, nigga? Remember that shit you posted?
I don't understand why people don't like P Valley. It's nothing wrong with it.
So you need to speak it to the mic. So first of all, Reno, you remember that shit you posted about if you ain't grew in life, you done missed the bus. I'm gonna need you to get on that bus, fam. I'm gonna need you to get on that bus. One more time. Just one more time, get on that bus. Cause the Browns are not going to the Super Bowl. All right. But yeah, I mean, shout out to my boy Reno. And it's all about growth anyway. And you got to be able to be comfortable enough to be able to be able to watch it and be secure within yourself. So, you have people that sit up here and they talk about, oh, that's gay and this and
my thing is this. It's like you said, as long as you are secure within yourself, then what you're seeing on TV should not affect you. Like, if it affects you that bad, then don't watch it. Don't watch it. Period, point blank. Or it could be just quality time that you're spending with your partner, and she just so happened likes to watch that show.
I'm glad you put emphasis on your partner and then you throw a she in there, because whenever you say partner and then you don't put a sex. No, I'm just saying, but you say partner, it just make it come off that way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Or she, he or she. If you spend time with he or she, and that's what they like to watch, then that's what they like to watch.
Okay, all right. So if that's what you and your partner, but the emphasis on that was she, I'll take it. So, but I'm gonna tell you, it's funny that you say that, Reno, because it actually segued into the next part of what we were gonna talk about. Watch them out. Texans still going to be watching the playoffs from home. You are absolutely right. I don't even believe the Texans are going to win 4 games this year.
Not too much on the Texans.
I'm just saying. They're going to be around there singing Texas are Texas, and then they're going to be right here at the house in Texas. But I do want to say shout out to all the kids going back to school, flooding the timelines with some of these folks. Now, I seen a picture today. I was like, this nigga look 30. I'm like,
man, and I tell you, these kids, they don't look how we looked when it was going back to school.
You look a little goofy, but these, I'm talking about this one dude. I ain't want to comment. I was like, bruh, I thought it was a kid posing, like a dad posing with the kids. No, he looked about 30. And ain't had no facial hair. So when he finally gets some, he might actually be able to go get you a beer.
Like, these kids is looking grown.
What's up, Rhonda?
Hey,
yeah,
Rhonda.
We seen your kids having their first day, Rhonda. Yeah.
My kids didn't let me get no pictures. They was like, you can get some when we get home from school. I still ain't got them. That's all right. You done missed the boat on that. I was like, throw that back. No.
You good?
I was like, it's a such thing as the second day of school pictures.
I mean, I did do second day pictures too. Cause I made sure my kids was fly when they went back to school. So, and the wife, she did her thing too. I asked her how much she spent. I was like,
I mean, they fly. Am I gonna catch them second day pictures? Probably not. Because first off, I'm not getting up at no 4, 5 in the morning to take no picture. Not doing it.
I mean,
no.
Better. They done took pictures already with their crew. But that's it. So back to school, everybody be on everybody keep that awareness up. We still adjusting to the Uvalde, and just make sure your kids are covered, man. Make sure you talk to your kids, have them conversations, build them up, and make sure that they know what to do in those situations. Mm-hmm. Because as a parent, some of these school districts don't. Mm-hmm. Praise the Lord, they back. Yeah, alone at home filing you, right? Yeah. I don't like how she said alone at home. Why you just didn't say home alone? Macaulay Culkin.
You know what she mean. Either way it goes.
Look out.
I'm just glad my house is quiet.
Bet. You ain't got to buy no more snacks during the day. Yeah, right. All that. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah.
Light bill gonna go down. Refrigerator ain't gonna be constantly opening and closing.
Just dry going to the refrigerator. It's the same thing that was in there this morning. Ain't nothing changed.
No extra water bottles lingering around,
You've been up since 5 a.m. Hey, and I appreciate you for rocking with us, being up since 5 a.m.
Yes.
I've been up since 5:30. So we ain't the pain hit different too. And I ain't go to bed. I ain't gonna say when. I have a lot of long nights and long days.
Why does it sound like a song?
Hey, it is a song, but I can't remember which one it is. And it sounds like it might be a Negro spiritual as well when I say it like that. Long nights, child.
I didn't say all that. But
long days. 4 days in the morning now. That's some old stuff right there. 4 days in the morning. You know when you hear that? What time you? 4 days in the morning. Somebody named Cleophas said that too.
Oh, Cleophas.
What he say? Cue the music and slide across the floor. Talk about being at home alone.
Yes.
Man. Can everybody do a favor real quick? I need y'all to hashtag Justice for Taylor McCowan. Hashtag Justice for Taylor McCowan. As you know, the show Driving Force and Inspiration is behind my sister, Taylor McCowan, who lost her life to a drunk driver 2 years ago. We still have not gotten justice. So if you could, please, once again, hashtag that up for me, Justice for Taylor McCowan. But we're going to get back to what Reno was talking about. That kind of thought process and ideology and perspective is exactly what caused another situation to happen. Because if you look at it, what was the... we got a lot of people who don't really understand what being secure is. And it takes a while to figure out what being secure is, especially as a man, right? Your manhood is challenged quite a bit. People want to emasculate you. People want to try to belittle you. And they really want to diminish your role as a man, especially as a black man. But I think we have to be able to find that space to where we can be okay with alternative lifestyle. And what I mean by saying that we're okay is like, if it ain't something going on in your bedroom, that's why is you really overly concerned about it?
Right.
That's, I think, and we need to start seeding that within our youth as well, to the point where I'm not saying we're trying to heavily influence them to start embracing that lifestyle, but more or less it's being open-minded enough to know that it exists and not to shun nobody or shame nobody for the fact that that's what they choose to do. That's all I'm saying at the bare minimum and at the very least.
Right, just let people be them.
Let people be people, because at the end of the day, we people. I was okay before it came out the closet. What are you talking about before it came out the closet? What came out the closet, Reno?
Reno, just don't watch P-Valley. That's the best way to sum it up. Don't watch P-Valley.
No, I mean, I'll tell you what. I want to challenge you, Reno, to, even if you don't watch P-Valley, I want you to definitely hear me out. And I want you to listen very clearly, Reno. We go way back. We go back further than Ray Bud. You and me, I actually met Reno before I met Ray Bud. So I'm going to say this, Reno. I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to challenge you to open your mind to this. Oh, that's because he replied to it. BT replied. And you replied to it too. Ain't just some shit.
It is like.
So basically, we had a situation where a guy, I think this was it right here. So basically,
yes, to yourself.
Right. Yeah, it's covered.
You gotta scroll down.
Huh?
Scroll down.
Help me out. Help. Oh, yeah. Okay, bet. It still ain't. Yeah, how many times I clicked? See, it still ain't saying it. Like, hey, wait now. Hold up now. I really want to
click on see video.
I did. And it's still saying, okay, there we go. We in business.
18-year-old Chad Sanford got invited to hang out by a group of young people Chad thought were friends.
And they came on me and jumped me.
What did they tell you as they were leaving?
Don't come around me with that gay shit.
You may remember, Chad, it was just over a year ago when Chad was beaten and body slammed as classmates yelled homophobic slurs. It happened at Deerfield Middle, where Chad used to go to school. This is what Chad told us days after the attack last year.
It's just sad because I wanted to do suicide.
Just let him live his life. Just let Chad be Chad.
Chad's grandmother, who asked us to protect her identity, says the past year hasn't been easy.
Guys were spitting on him on the bus and treating him any kind of way because of his transgender in life or what he want to be. I'm just frustrated.
She said local to use this video.
They would have hit Chad the wrong way and something would have happened to Chad. What I'm supposed to do?
Difficult to watch because she says it could have been so much worse.
It could have.
Chad and the entire family, they're convinced that Chad was targeted because of being LGBT. Chad's grandmother tells me she called BSO to report what happened. We are in contact with BSO to find out exactly what is the latest on the investigation. Live in Pompano Beach, I'm Christian Dillon.
So Pompano Beach, right?
So I do know.
Go ahead.
So I clicked on, of course, the links that's attached to the video, which sends you to the news station's page.
Right.
So the kids that did jump him, they actually did arrest him. So they are
cool.
Charges are being pressed against them. And I'm like, the grandmother is right. What if they would have hit him in the wrong place?
Right.
But furthermore, just leave him alone, especially if he ain't messing with y'all. Like, he's not doing anything to y'all. He just wants to be himself. Just allow him to be himself.
And for me, I honestly feel like we have a lot of people that this is how they act. Like, it's plenty of people that you knew, that you grew up with, you went to school with, and they're not. To really dial in and think about it, they're not really comfortable with themselves if they got to go out their way to go beat up, literally just like jump.
But for him to even say that, they was like, yeah, don't be coming around here with that gay shit. Y'all came to my door.
Yeah.
Y'all knocked on his door and asked him to come hang with y'all. So technically, he didn't come to y'all.
Exactly. And for me, it's just like he had already been through so much. He's already traumatized to the fact that this has happened twice. And these are the kind of people that end up going to shoot the school up, blow the school up, and it could have been prevented because all you had to do was stay in your lane. He wasn't bothering you. He wasn't, show me what he did that warranted that. I can't even think of anything that would say that. And I hate that the news wasn't exactly politically correct either, because they were like LGBT. I'm like, but
yeah, in my head, I'm like, QIA, sir.
QIA plus. Hello. It's like the Samsung phone now. You gotta add that plus. So right. I mean, because once again, people identify all up and down in scale. Mm-hmm. So I've never really had an issue with, people who chose to live their life. The only thing that I've ever said was like, I understand that that's what you do, and I get it, and I can respect you as a human being and person, but at the same time, I know I don't look at you all the way the same. And that's just because I just know. Because you get into those spaces where you get to talking about people crossing over transgender and doing all of this, and then we had the conversation about transgenders playing sports and stuff, and we see how that's still not equitable. Like it's still not on the same playing field. So that at the end of the day, as much as you want to say make it fair, but the other person, the people still have an advantage in it, and that's why I'm just like, I keep it on a level playing field. I can respect you as a person. What you eat don't make me shit. And did I say anything wrong? So
no, I'm just laughing at how you said it. What you eat don't make me shit.
Yeah, what you eat don't make me shit.
I hope it don't.
And if that's so, Reno says, so I ain't on some beat a nigga up type shit. If that's what they do, that's what they do. But I don't want to see or know. Hell, Stefan. Yes, Stefan. Everybody didn't know about Stefan.
My thing is this: however you choose to live your life is how you choose to live your life. I'm not gonna look at you any differently. I will still love that person the same. But with me, like I always say, I think totally different because of the type of work I do. Everybody deserves to be loved.
Right.
Period, point blank. Everybody deserves to be loved. Just how we be out here trying to sit up here and wonder how the big ugly chick got a man, but I'm over here. I'm still single. Like, Lord, it's me. I know it's me at this point. It's gotta be me.
He said.
So, literally, I'm not going to judge nobody based off of what you do, baby. If you want to wear makeup, put it on. I don't care. Maybe you can give me some damn tips.
Well, if that's what, but I really don't feel like, none of that really warranted that. You went knocked on this dude's door, right. You beat him up outside, you spit him on the bus. Like, come on. At what point does it stop? Like, at what point do you see potentially that could be somebody that somebody you care about, and then the shoe's on the other foot? And that's when you got to start, what you looking at? Because she got limitless cat.
Limitless cat.
Reno gonna say.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to figure out what that applied to. I know he went back to where you were at because of the delay, but limitless. Oh, that's why that. Okay, all right. So he treated it like it was one of them Red Lobster seafood fest, huh?
But yeah, you're right. It didn't. They shouldn't have done what they did. Period, point blank. So for me, I hope they charge their ass like they're an adult.
Yeah, somebody like a lot of times these crimes go unpunished, and they're not as hard on them as they should be. And they're a kid, but like if it had gotten to that point where they did do severe damage, then they didn't mean to. No,
shit. They knew what they was doing. And y'all went and knocked on his door, so y'all planned that. So in all honesty, to me, that's a hate crime.
That's what it seemed like to me.
Y'all seemed like a hate crime. That, and all of y'all took turns hitting him. So all of y'all need to be charged like y'all an adult. Y'all made them big badass decisions. So now you gotta deal with it.
Exactly. I'm with you. So
I don't want to hear that. Oh, I know my child not like the girl. He on camera. He like that. He like to pick on people.
He's a picker.
And then sometimes, I do feel like when people pick on other people, that's because they're insecure within themselves. They're hiding something within themselves. So keep your damn hands to yourself. Like I tell people, I fight kids.
What's up, Kat? Appreciate you for tuning in tonight. She says, we are not to pass judgment, period. Love your neighbors. They should be punished as adults. I think it is a hate crime as well. Mm-hmm. Hey, I can't. Hey. Now, what I will say, as far as between protecting children and protecting adults, we get to our next point, our next topic. And for me, this one was like, this is local. So, I mean, if you haven't heard the story, seen the story, you've definitely been under a rock. You definitely been, I don't know, because everybody's been talking about this. All right. So we have, what did he say? He had so if you're not aware, there was a 14-year-old, and I want Jamie, give the background story, please.
So it's a 14-year-old that's in CPS custody. She's currently living in a hotel. She recorded the CPS worker basically telling her she should just be
an employee.
Go ahead.
Of course, the mom has 9 children.
Come on.
The 14-year-old started acting out, so she called CPS to see if CPS could help her with her daughter. Now, for me, I don't know if it's called CPS just because your ass is acting out.
Well, no, so it was a little bit more to it. I understood some of it. You be under rocks, Catherine? No, you be taking the mad selfies and posting clickbaits and getting massages is what you be doing. But I ain't mad at you. You got it. You can do it. So, so basically the 14-year-old went into CPS custody, right? Mm-hmm. Now, as we know, CPS or DFPS is in a crisis. They've been in there since last 3 years. It's really gotten rough because they can't house these kids because placements don't have. Well, it's 2 reasons why. First reason is because these kids have more rights than the damn adults. That's just first and foremost. You got to throw that out the way. I mean, throw that out, get that out in the open, and address that. Let that air out. So the reason why I say they got more rights than adults is because they need somewhere to go, and they have nowhere to go. They cannot go home because either in this situation, the girl was running away from home. Mm-hmm. And all out in the streets and doing all this other stuff. Mom couldn't do anything, and she's got 8 other kids in the house. So she did try to call CPS for some kind of intervention, and they get involved. So CPS is now welcome here in this Haitian voice.
That's my thing, though.
I can't get this.
Because your child is acting out, you call CPS for an intervention. Well, like, did it not cross your mind to maybe sit down with your child and see why you doing this? Why you keep running away?
Well, a lot of times, and the experiences that I've had, and statistics also back it up. A lot of these children come from broken homes, mm-hmm. and a lot of children that do this, the parents are trying their best, and sometimes they ain't got the resources or the tools to be able to do it. So CPS is already involved. And what happens is when they finally get involved, they hear the parents out. Hey, look, I've been trying to do what I can. And this lady's situation, 8 other kids. If you got one that want to run away, not go to school, act out, and do all this other stuff, how do you set the example of you can't do this in my house because now you're so limited, quote unquote, to doing, the right thing as a parent. They tell you, if you whoop your kids, it's a thin line between whooping and beating and abuse, right? So you don't want to get caught up in a situation where you're saying you're abusing your kids, right? So let's say she whooped her daughter, and it came up, and it was borderline. So now she's kind of backing off, easing off of this, and who knows? Like I'm looking at it like, ain't much you can really do with somebody who's 14, don't want to listen, and you got 8 other children that you're trying to care and provide for. Because it takes a lot of, and if you don't have another parent to help relieve some of that off you battling this all on your own. Mm-hmm. Or even another adult, you battling on your own.
I mean, I will admit, raising a teenager is not easy. I got 3.
Right.
So yeah, when my oldest was 14, he was doing, and I was just like, all right now, goddamn it.
So before we go any further, I'm gonna share the whole clip because so people can really understand the concept of what we're talking about, and they get it in basically real time, right?
An employee with Child Protective Services is caught on camera telling a 14-year-old girl in foster care to become a prostitute.
That's right, and this girl is one of hundreds of kids in CPS custody living in hotels all over the state. Fox 26's Randy Wallace, live from Southwest Houston, here with this story. Randy, the exclusive.
Yeah, Jonathan. Now, earlier this year, a federal judge scorned Child Protective Services for making kids available for prostitution in the CPS system. Now we have a case where an employee with that state agency is actually encouraging prostitution of a 14-year-old child.
They'll be a home, be a real home.
Wouldn't they remove a child from a parent that told their child to be a prostitute?
They should. And they would.
Keisha Basley has 9 kids. She turned to Child Protective Services to help her with her 14-year-old daughter, who she says was running away and causing trouble at school.
My daughter told me that the worker had been telling her that she should do these things. So she said she decided to video her.
Please. CPS is housing the girl at a hotel. She's one of dozens in Harris County. In the video, she tells the CPS employee she wants food. The CPS worker tells her to be a prostitute.
I mean, she was basically encouraging a 14-year-old girl to become a prostitute
And giving her an incentive to do so, and almost a.
So I'm not even going to continue on with like
an employee with Child Protective Services is
like
caught
literally
on camera.
I don't even want to. I honestly don't even want to continue playing that because first and foremost, what I was going to say is that they're asking legislature to help them come up with some money so they can house these kids, right? But they're still not going to resolve the problem because one, the kids still have way more rights than the adults. The adults that are protecting them, right? Or attempting to protect them or do their job. You can literally, as a kid, say, you don't have anywhere to go. You didn't beat people up over here. You didn't wreck this place over here. These foster parents don't want to deal with you. And now you got to go stay in a hotel because they done ran out of options at this point. We're going to send you out of state. I don't want to go out of state. We're going to take you over. I don't want to go there. And these attorneys have, in turn, been arming these kids and telling them, well, you have a right. You don't have to go there. You have the right to be able to go where you, and this is how they bend the whim of the words. You have a right to go where you feel safe. And do you know how many kids?
Well, at this point, she's 14. She don't know.
And so now, prudent parenting is part of the statute. Is part of the statute. You should be able to exercise prudent parenting, right? So if you're a conservator, parent, or whomever, you should be able to exercise prudent parenting, which means you should make those decisions that's in the best interest of the child when the child's not able to make those decisions for themselves. Yet now you're telling them you can't treat them like you can treat them like they're your kid, but they're not your kid, right? Come on now. We got it's 50-50. Because here's what I'm saying. She didn't tell her to be a prostitute.
I mean, I don't know if I heard her correctly.
What's up?
It sounded like she said, if you're going to be a hoe,
that's what she said. Now, come on. That's what she got.
So technically, she did not tell her, you 14, go ahead and be a prostitute. She just told her, if you're going to be a hoe, be a good hoe. So if you out here hoeing, you shouldn't be asking me to bring you no damn food.
Now,
you can't do like the little girl that was on Jed Springer that was out there getting it for cheeseburgers.
Thank you. That's
you
all.
Calling me, asking me to bring you something to eat, but you out here hoeing.
So now, that's all I'm saying. That's literally all I was saying. And here's the context about that. So, yeah, you gotta do right as far as you gotta do right by the kids. tell them, you try and give them the best information possible so they can make the best decision, or you make the decision for them. But if they haphazardly put themselves in danger and put you in danger, and they're doing all these other different things, and they're still not listening, I think in that situation you had somebody who was involved. I got to shorten this. I got to fix. You got a person involved in a situation where they literally, don't worry about it. We got a person that literally was trying to do their job and was probably frustrated, and rightfully so, because you got all of these, you got these workers that they're getting burned out because they're working countless hours, because you're going to work your regular shift. Then you got to go work overnight over here at the hotel on a weekend. If you got kids, like,
ain't no telling how big her caseload is.
Ain't no telling how much this girl done did. And I'm not saying, and that's why I feel like this is the part. You have two situations, right? We talked about those kids that beat that kid up, and we talking about this woman, this young lady right here, right? The first thing anybody wants to say is their kids. But when you have
making
grown folk, that's what I'm talking about.
And my thing is, you 14. I'm pretty sure you are not built like a 14-year-old. You're constantly running away, not wishing nothing bad on the child, but you're gonna fuck around and run into the wrong person.
And nobody's saying that the agency is putting these kids in situations to be trafficked. But it's nothing, honestly, the agency can do when kids are saying, well, I don't want to go here, and then they run.
Right.
And then they gone. And it's the same situation that the parents have. When they tell them don't leave this house and then they run, then what? But somebody got to be left to be the bad person. And since she told her what she told her, which
yes, she was wrong.
She was wrong, right?
She was wrong for saying
because we're not going to sit up here and say she was absolutely right behind what she said.
No, you're wrong for saying it, because obviously this 14-year-old is already dealing with some things.
Come on.
To the point to where she's running away. So it's something that she's looking for, something that she's missing, which is what's causing her to run away. You sit up here telling her, if you're going to be a hoe, be a good hoe. Oh, okay. Let me go be a hoe. So yes, she was wrong for saying it. Now, did she just flat out say, go be a prostitute? No.
And no. That was, and so, but it was so bad that the commissioner came down from Austin and had to apologize to this lady.
To what lady?
To the mama.
I wouldn't apologize to her ass. Bitch, you over here with 9 kids, and I got one of yours that I'm dealing with in a hotel. It's time for a damn intervention. Because I need to know, how can I help you? How can we help her? And how can we just resolve this entire issue? What resources is it that you need? Bitch, first off, is your tubes tied?
Well, I mean, now we getting into now
because you got 9 of them.
I'm just saying, Jamie. I don't know.
That's my thing. I wouldn't apologize for her ass.
Well, so here's the thing. You gotta apologize in order to because once again, as the face of the organization, and because this employee did do this, you have to take a level of responsibility in this. But it was just so egregious that she had to come down from Austin to do this. That's like, I think that's like the first time I've ever heard that happening. So
all in all, it's a fucked up situation. Professionally, yes, I understand, because the child is in your care because you called us for help. This is what an employee said to your child. So I understand why they came down and apologized. But at the same time, how the fuck can you help us to help you?
Help me help you. Well, see, it takes a village to raise a child, as Rhonda said, but build a village that will help you.
Right. You have to build a village that will help you. And I can say, from my own standpoint, I have a damn good village that helps me with my kids. Because, yes, I can't sit up here and tell my sons how to be no man. I can't.
Okay.
So there are certain things that I do rely on my village of the males that's in my village to help me with.
Right.
I can't sit up here and tell them how to change a child. I can get on YouTube.
No, wait a minute.
But I'd rather them have a man to show them those things.
Yeah, because I was about to say we're gonna get off into something else. I'm like, I know some women that change tires now, Jamie. I seen a whole. It was a woman. I think I'm friends with her on Facebook.
This is not for me. I will call.
Lady had the whole. What it ain't a jumpsuit. She had the whole jumpsuit. Got out there, and
I'm not about to be sitting up here looking like a shade tree mechanic. No, I don't even change my own oil.
Hey, I do. I change my own oil. Change. I get out there. I get busy. But in this situation, it's just sad because you don't want this girl to end up on the streets. You're really trying. You're trying all that you can to keep it from happening. But it's really not much you can do. I mean, you got to be able to have those kind of courageous conversations. You got to be able to sit up here and say, hey, what you're doing is you're putting yourself in harm's way. And no matter how much you think you know better, you've just been fortunate to not end up, trafficked or put in a situation where it can really go bad for you.
Right.
Because there's a new trend going around right now where they're taking zip ties and they're putting them on the back passenger door. And that's basically that's the signal to let people know that you are a woman who's vulnerable to being trafficked. And so people who are in that particular circle know that that's the signal, and they will wait for you to be out and about trying to snatch you. So FYI, PSA, if you see one of them on the back of your passenger doors, go on, cut that off with a quickness.
Oh Lord.
Hey, you gotta be safe.
It's too much. I mean, it's like it literally reminds me of when my cousin ran away from home.
Okay.
It's like now that I'm older, I can laugh about it.
Right.
But the reason she ran away is because she took her uncle's car. And she just knew she was gonna get in trouble. She just knew that ass was grass.
Right.
So ran away. I knew where she was going.
Her boyfriend house?
She hid in her friend's closet.
What kind of shit?
She hid in her friend's closet. My mama, her mama, they looking for her. My mama constantly looking in my room, thinking she done came over there. I'm like, she not here. She was like, well, if she come, let me know. Blah blah blah. We go to school the next day. She actually came to school, and her mama was right there. And she was just like, why would you do this? Da, 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 da. So it's like, I get it. Sometimes yes, kids, they will run away because they scared. Oh my God, I do something I ain't had no business doing. But in this case, you run away multiple times.
Multiple times.
Like,
multiple.
That's not you. It's too much going on right now. And Lord, I just pray that the child just don't end up in the wrong hands.
Rhonda say she stayed locked and loaded. Hey, you do what you gotta do, Rhonda.
Because they are literally finding teenage girls on BestNet, no lie.
Oh yeah, but that's been going on though.
Yeah,
that's been going on.
Like, I just pray she don't end up in the wrong hands.
Yeah, and so, like I said, I feel pain on both sides because at the state side, there's really nothing that they could do. And you had somebody who was probably really trying to have a human moment and a genuine moment and be like, look, it's and they don't even show the full clip, right? They only show the most damaging part. I want to know the context of before and after.
Right.
So,
but even still, it still makes me wonder, what did the little girl say? What has she been saying or doing?
Right.
Because you never recorded what you said. All you said was, can I have something to eat? Bitch.
Don't call it a
You're more than hungry.
Don't call. But here's my thing about that. Even still, like, I've got so many stories I can share, but names I can't reveal. And, just being in that situation, you always gonna try to do the right thing. Like, I'll tell you a prime example. So this is what I mean by the kids having more rights than the adults. So I had a case when I was a worker, right? And I was talking to the brother about his sister because she was posting very provocative pictures, saying very unsavory things. And it's like, hey, fam, you might want to talk to your sister about what she's saying and posting, because y'all got the same last name. And at the end of the day, the only thing you got in this world is your name. And so, you know, you don't want your name to have all the other negative connotations with that. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's your sister?
Oh, that's your sister? Oh, yeah, she was. And then next thing you know, you embarrassed now, right? So, yeah, you was the younger brother, but still, y'all close enough to where you could have sat down and had a conversation with her. So, basically, word get back to the sister that I've called her a hoe. And I said nowhere in that conversation or context or anything that I call her a hoe. And it got to my superior, and I was like, yo, I promise I ain't calling no hoe. I'm like, you can, you know what I'm saying? And this is what I mean about kids having too many rights. It wasn't about what I said or did. That kid was right, and I was wrong. Until months later, I was able to record a conversation with the little boy and turn around and revisit that conversation. And in a natural conversation, it wasn't like I was pressing him or anything. And it was in front of the kid's grandmother, right? Who also called my superior with the same drama. And so it was, so you was like, this reminds me of a similar situation. Oh yeah, when you called my sister a hoe. Sir, I'm glad you said that. Now, here's the thing. Did I really call your sister a hoe? Well, not really. Whoa. Beep, 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 beep. Hold on. You said to my superior and your grandma, and you told everybody, I called your sister a hoe. And you're saying what? Well, you didn't specifically call her. Oh, no, you said I specifically did that. And see, this is what I'm talking about right here. Do you know that thing was hot when I was going back to get ready to let folks know? I told you, I ain't got to lie about nothing. I stand 10 toes down on everything that I do, and I'm accountable for where I mess up at. That's part of being a man. And that's one thing I am at the end of the day. No matter what you say about me, right, wrong, indifferent, whatever, I'm going to be a man about mine. And so they literally had to take this and eat crow.
Basically.
And I'm like, I ain't got to lie about it. But that's the problem. These kids got way. You would believe a kid over your own employee. It took me to go back and bring you a clip, an audio clip.
And if so, I wonder if the grandmother knew that the child was posting very provocative things.
Hell yeah, she did. That's the sad part. And it's like, if I did, so here's the thing. If I did say it, would I have been wrong? Yes and no. But
it would have been wrong if you did say it.
Right.
But at the same time, no, because that's literally what she's portraying on social media.
And that's all I'm saying, Jamie. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's like, okay, when the Hot Boys came out and Juvenile came out with Back That Ass Up. Oh, I just had to have me
for the 99-2000.
Oh, I had to have some shorts. So I went in the room, cut.
Now, mind you, it's 20 years ago now.
Some shorts. And I hid the motherfuckers because I knew if my grandma found them, that was my ass. She found them hoes.
Who wears short shorts? It wasn't Jamie. It wasn't Jamie wearing them short shorts. She got your ass.
She found them and beat my ass.
And made you a better person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't started wearing shorts again until I was grown.
There you go then. Hey, that's it. That's it right there. You lesson learned. So
It's too much. It's too much. Like for you to sit up here and tell me that I can't do A, B, C, and D to my child, but then I call y'all for assistance, and y'all can't even fucking help me.
That's really, I think that's really the gist of it. And I didn't like the fact that they had that attorney on there that used to be a judge, and he was a sorry judge.
The thick ass
the Coke bottles.
Right.
Yeah. He made some very questionable calls. Yeah. So anyway, you look at everything that's transpired within that. Is the mom really wrong in this situation? Is nope. Everybody need help at the end of the day, because it's really a joint effort to try and help these kids and help these families stay together, right?
I agree, because she could have went a whole nother route and sent her ass to juvie.
Well, I mean, who's to say that? Because so I'm gonna give you a little tidbit. So if your kid goes to juvie and you say you ain't gonna pick him up, because that used to be the thing, but by 20, 30 years ago, you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
You do that now, they automatically calling the 1-800 hotline on you.
Mm-hmm.
Parent won't come get the kid. You now have an open CPS case.
They need to do some damn scared straight here. Well,
we can't. But it's literally like a revolving door. It's a never-ending cycle. It's not really much support.
It's like y'all want us to come to y'all for the assistance, but then y'all don't want to give us the assistance.
The best thing you can do is keep them out.
Keep them out the system.
Keep them out the system. Build your own resource tool belt, and make sure you have a village, man. It take more than just you, your significant other, or you and your next door neighbor, or you gotta have people that are around you to be able to help out when these kids go left. Because if not, you end up with the situation like the little girl we talked about a year ago that was out in California. The one that was taking videos out there in the hotel rooms and ended up, she was 16 years old. They found her on the side of the highway. Remember, they just threw her body out there. Mm-hmm. I don't even think they found the killer on that one. But that's what I'm saying. That's a situation where you just got to do better in surrounding your kid with the right people. And
at this point, the resources could have been, the big brother, big sister program. Like maybe the girl does need somebody outside of her home to talk to, that she can confide in, that could possibly turn her whole situation around. Sometimes that does help.
Well, I mean, and then in a lot of situations, funding ain't always available, and in certain areas, it's just a lot of different things that you know what I'm saying? Because literally, you had schools that did not have after school programs. Mm-hmm. So now, as a parent, if you can't afford daycare and your kid is going home, and you one of those people that are struggling financially, they may not even have anything to eat at home. They don't have anybody watching them. And so, yeah, in a sense, it's good and it's bad, because we was the last of the latchkey generation, right? So you go home, you get off the bus, you lock the door, don't open the door, don't go outside, don't do nothing, right?
I literally remember being told, you better not open that door for nobody, not even
Jesus. Hello. So we was the last era of kids that did that. Like a majority of kids now, they like, oh, you got to be supervised. You can't be left at home alone. Mm-hmm. And that's even a call to CPS. Like if they find something out, you know what I'm saying? So it's just so many different things that happen at this point right now. And it's just like, this generation has gotten softer, but at the same time, I think people have gotten smarter in some instances too. Mm-hmm. Because now there are more resources.
It depends on what side of town you're on, because where I'm from, back in the day, the resources were there.
Right.
We had the after school programs, the summer camps, the summer lunch programs. We had all of that stuff when I was growing up. But now it's very hard to come by. And I actually just had to explain that to a coworker, because She was like, well, maybe you should look into such and such programs at the multi-service center. Baby girl.
Multi-service center. Yeah.
They only service the elderly.
See?
Like, the multi-service center where I'm from, they only service the elderly from my understanding.
And it didn't used to be like that.
No. Like, I literally remember being able to go and have fun at the multi-service center.
Right. Man.
So, I don't know. I hope they can fix this situation and whatever help the mother needs. I hope she gets it. At the end of the day, that is a lot to deal with. You got 9 damn kids. That's a lot.
I'm surprised we didn't hear anything about the church in this one though.
Yeah, because
I'm surprised.
Back in the day, when your child was acting out, you took their ass to church.
Right. I mean, somebody in there be able to.
Right. Somebody at the church could get them on the right foot.
What was the teen program? The young adult program.
Ours was good game.
They don't even, that kind of stuff ain't even happening no more.
Like, and if it is, it's not
prevalent. Yeah.
So
it's not prominent. It's not the thing to do.
They can fix the situation, and the assistance that the mother needs is given to her, because it is plenty of help out here.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, like J. Cole said, love yours. So, I mean, love yours. Hey, because ain't nobody gonna love your kids like you. Mm-hmm. Right, wrong, or indifferent. If you're really trying your best as a parent to make sure that your kids are productive members of society, you're doing the best that you can. You get all the accolades and credit in the world. Mm-hmm. Because if we know the cost of living is going up. It's getting more difficult to even do like the stuff that you used to do now. Mm-hmm. It's just like $50 don't spread the same no more.
Like,
tacos at Jack in the Box ain't even $1 no more.
Shut your mouth.
No.
How much are tacos now?
It's like $1 and some change.
Oh no, they still.
No. It's taxes.
But I can remember milk being like $2-3, right? Milk is now $4 or $5 depending on which one you get. I remember a carton of milk being 99 cents.
I remember $5 will put you on half a tank.
Huh?
I remember when $5 will either put you on a half a tank or will fill you up.
That's way back, Jamie. That's
saying.
That's way back. You talking about
somebody be like, "Hey, you gonna give me a ride? I got $5.
$5? Yeah. Hey,
I can get you to the south side and back.
Even in high school, $5 used to mean something. Now $5 is like, what you finna do? Finna go up the street?
$5 ain't even going out my driveway.
Man, but we understand the changes are happening. Changes are gonna come. You just have to be able to do the best that you can. And when people need help, they need to ask for help. Period. And don't wait till they get too late, and then you got other people in the mix. And now
right?
Because once social services get involved, police, juvenile, once they get involved, it's a wrap. So you got plenty of time and opportunity to take advantage of everything you got. Hell, you better listen to some of these jewels we drop every week. Pass them on to your kids. We missing the voice of reason tonight and Ray Bud, but it is what it is. Cause I'm pretty sure he would say, "Man, go on." He'll say something and it'll feel right on in this gap. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us tonight. We'll be back maybe next week. Might be taking a week off. But remember, in life, don't go where you're tolerated. Go where you're elevated and celebrated. Four Kings Podcast. We are out.